Hey guys, Danny Pehar here with my weekly cybersecurity tip video. Funny thing is I was looking back to some of my first videos when I started this weekly series and my hair was so much shorter back then, but that's okay, we're making it work and we're loving our long hair. Anyways, this tip, what I'm going to focus on is something that's going to be important to you, whether you consider yourself a company person, whether you consider yourself a family person. It's going to be important for you and for everyone in your life, and that is cybersecurity, cybercrime, privacy in general, as relates to social media. Social media is a place where I really do believe we've dropped the ball and we've allowed ourselves to become incredibly vulnerable because we just post entirely way too much sensitive information on our various social media accounts. And not only do we post these things, but we generally have a huge lack of understanding of what that means. This is something that's bad that cyber criminals can use against us, but it's also bad that legitimate organizations can use this in ways that we might not like. And I'll tell you something, so many times the defense that I hear to this when I talk to groups of people about this sort of stuff is people will say to me, but you know what, Danny? I shouldn't have to respect my security. I shouldn't have to take care of my privacy. I should be able to post whatever I want. I've had people say that to me because it's up to the organizations that I'm a client of to protect me. I'm a client of theirs. They need to protect me. And wow, I mean, there's so many things wrong with that statement. I could fill an hour talking about all the things that are wrong with that statement, but for today, I'm just going to talk about two things that are wrong with that statement. First thing, if you've been using a social media platform and you're not paying for it, as this is the case with many of them, they are free, then you have to understand you are not their client. You are the product being sold, and you've most likely accepted terms and conditions without reading that give them all kinds of rights to do all kinds of things with your information and really take away pretty much all of your rights as relates to that sensitive information. So that's the first thing. The second thing, if you're not going to respect your own privacy, if you're not going to respect your own security, you cannot rely on an organization that doesn't know who you are, that doesn't know anything about you. You cannot rely on them to respect your security. I promise you this, if you're not respecting your own security, nobody else is going to do it for you. Now, in that regards, what I've seen a lot of people do in an attempt to protect themselves is they will write a statement on their chosen social media platform and they'll write something to the effect of, I don't consent to this platform using my data in the following way. I don't consent to the government using my data in the following way. I don't consent to this, I don't consent to that. And I know when we say I don't consent, that maybe sounds like some sort of legal term, but I promise you, putting a statement like that in your profile status offers you zero protection as relates to anything legal and pretty much zero protection as relates to anything else. I guarantee you there is no situation where you're going to find a boardroom filled of corporate executives and corporate lawyers or government agents or even cyber criminals sitting around thinking, I was going to do something with that guy's personal data, but I looked at his profile and it says that he doesn't consent to it, so we're going to have to leave him alone. I guarantee you there is no world where that's happening. If anything, the opposite may be happening. A lot of times these things are started by cyber criminals. Well, they'll write something like that. They'll indicate that they want you to copy and paste it on your own status. They'll put a hashtag to it, and then later what they do is they search that hashtag and they see anyone gullible enough to think that that offers them some sort of protection, that they're going to fall for their phishing scams. It makes a perfect target list. Please don't put yourself on somebody else's target list by thinking that actually does anything. So what you want to do is, whether you consider yourself a corporate person, whether you consider yourself a family person, talk to the people you know in your life, your colleagues, your partners, your family, your friends, and talk to them about good cybersecurity, good cybercrime anti-tips, good privacy tips with regards to social media, but do it based on informed research. I've got a document that'll help you have this conversation. If you want it, let me know. And that's really it for me. Above all, I want you to remember, if you're not paying for something, you are not the client, you are the product being sold. And again, writing I don't consent to this or I don't consent to that on your status means absolutely nothing. Stay safe, stay well. We're gonna get through this together.